Dave Campbell's Texas Football is proud to unveil its Week 7 statewide Texas high school football rankings for the 2021 season. The rankings are compiled by Dave Campbell's Texas football staff. DCTF has published the state's most respected Texas high school football rankings for decades, and he's the official rankings provider of the Associated Press since 2019. Weekly rankings are revealed live on Texas Football Today every Monday at about now o'clock. And complete rankings can be found at texasfootball.com/rankings. All right, Pickle, let's start with Class 6A. And I kind of warned you guys that these were going to be a little bit chalky, just a touch chalky. And this is really no surprise here. So let's take a look at our at this week's rankings. I'm trying to make sure I got this right. I'm sorry. Okay, so dropping out of the rankings is number 7, Katy Tompkins. They drop all the way out with their kind of blowout loss to Katy last week. As a result, they are out of the rankings altogether. Tough scene there, but that's the way it's got to go. They lose 56-21. They're out of the rankings. Everything else basically the same. Everyone kind of jumps up a spot. Rockwell Heath up to number 7, for example. Spring Westfield, their big one over Spring, they're up to number 8. But let's see, where did we put Spring? Spring dropped
12.
one spot to number 12. We still believe in them, and I honestly thought that was a pretty impressive performance by them, even though they lost. The Woodlands, new to the rankings at 3-2. They were idle last week, but they break in at number 25. To 5A we go. In the 5A ranks, I hope you like chalk, and lots of it. 5A Division 1, entirely chalky. The top 10 went 9-0 last week. Only College Station was idle, but everyone was a winner. Your top 3 remains: Denton Ryan, College Station, Highland Park. And, of course, this week we get Highland Park and Longview, 3 versus 4. In 5A Division 2, I hope you like chalk. 1 through 10, entirely unchanged. They go 5-0. Fort Bend Marshall, Lucas Lovejoy, South Oak Cliff, Nederland, and Texas High, all winners. Everyone else idle. Your top 3 remains: Aledo, Fort Bend Marshall, and Lucas Lovejoy. To the 4A ranks we go, where this is where we got to get crazy. So 4A Division 1, as we mentioned, got a little crazy town banana pants. 3 of the top 5 teams lost. Argyle loses to Melissa. Corpus Christi Calallen loses to
Private School
San Antonio Cornerstone, and Tyler Chapel Hill loses to Melissa. As a result, we went a little bit, we had to kind of rethink our rankings altogether. There is a new number 1. The new number 1 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football, the Austin LBJ Jaguars, the number 1 team in 4A Division 1, despite being idle. Number 2, Stephenville. They are up, I believe, 3. They're up 4 spots despite not playing. They moved to number 2. El Campo is number 3. They're up 3 spots despite not playing. Number 4, Melissa, up at number 4 with their big win over Argyle. Right behind them, Argyle at number 5. Waco La Vega up a spot to number 6. Huffman Hargrave, despite not playing, up 2 spots to number 9. Kilgore, despite not playing, up 2 spots to number 8. New to the rankings, Midlothian Heritage, who didn't play. They are number 9 in the rankings. And finally, number 10, the Kaufman Lions. 6-0, a big win over Carrollton Ranchview. That's enough to get them into the top 10. So 4A Division 1, your top 5, LBJ, Stephenville, El Campo, Melissa, and Argyle, but just a complete makeover there in the rankings. 4A Division 2 now, much chalkier. In fact, entirely chalky. They went 4-0. The teams went 4-0. Remember, this is the big bye week. Carthage gets a win. Pull away from Pleasant Grove, 31-6 in the second half. West Orange Stark beat Hardin Jefferson. Van beat Liberty Ilo, 27-25. Had to sweat for it. And Sinton got a big win over Rockport Fulton. Everything 1 through 10 completely unchanged. 3A. Hope you like chalk. 3A Division 1, entirely unchanged. Jim Ned, Brock, Hallettsville, your top 3. Vanderbilt Industrial, and Yoakum round out your top 5. 3A Division 2, entirely chalky, 1 through 10, unchanged. The top 3 all winners. Franklin beat Riesel, Gunner beat Bells, Childress beat Amarillo Highland Park. Number 6, Newton got a shutout win over Anderson Shiro, and Canadian kicked a last-second field goal to beat Spearman. We keep them at number 8, but they are certainly on notice. That is a team, especially end of the year, they get Childress, and that'll really tell the tale of where they stand. But 3A Division 1, all told, unchanged. 2A we go. 2A Division 1. entirely chalky. 1 through 10, unchanged. The top 4 were all winners. Refugio beat Ganado. Shiner, a really impressive win on a neutral site against Wall. Timpson beat Boonville, Arkansas in a game that was thrown together early last week. Boonville, Arkansas is a good small school in Arkansas, and Timpson beat them impressively. They remain number 3. Crawford, of course, beat Toller. They remain number 4. And then number 9, Beckville beat Hawkins to remain unbeaten. 2A Division 2, guess what?
Chalk.
Entirely chalky. Everyone was a winner, including Windthorst beat Hamlin, Munster beat Collinsville, Albany beat Olney, and Wellington beat Valley View. Falls City got a forfeit win over Pettus, and Vega, impressive win over Clarendon. They remain number 9 in the rankings. To the 6-man ranks we go. 1A Division 1, chalky. Everything's exactly the same. They go 9-0 this week. Spring Lake Earth was idle. That's the only idle team, but the top 5 unchanged. May, Sterling City, Jonesboro, Water Valley, and Abbott unchanged in 1A Division 1. In 1A Division 2, some changes. How about that?
There we go. A little movement.
Top 3 is unchanged. Motley County Strawn and Richland Springs. Number 4, Calvert loses to a private school in Bryan St. Joseph. They drop out of the rankings. Balmorhea nudges up a spot. Follett nudges up a spot. Anton is 5-0. They nudge up 3 spots to number 9. Jayton up a spot with their win over Roby. Lamesa Klondike was number 7. Number 7 no more. They lose to Whit Harrell, so they drop out. 2 new teams in the rankings. The aforementioned Whit Harrell, they beat Klondike 48-19. And new to the rankings, and I got to be honest, maybe the first time they've ever been ranked.
Yeah.
The Benjamin Mustangs are number 10 in Dave Campbell's Texas football at 6-0. They beat Patton Springs 38-0. They crack the top 10. I would need to check.
That's awesome.
This may be the first time they've ever been ranked. So congratulations to Benjamin. They are the number 10 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. To the private school ranks, in 11-man, it was exceptionally boring. Only number 1 Austin Regents actually played. They beat San Antonio St. Anthony. So everything's unchanged. Parish Episcopal, Grapevine Faith, Fort Worth Nolan, and Houston Second Baptist all idle last week. And in the private school 6-man ranks, also chalky, 1 through 5 unchanged. Waco Live Oak gets a big win over Oglesby. Bulverde, Bracken Christian, and Austin Veritas were idle. Marble Falls Faith beat San Antonio Baptist Academy, and Texas School for the Deaf won a shootout over New Braunfels Christian, 106-67. That is your rankings for Week 7 of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press Texas High School Football Rankings. You can find them at texasfootball.com/rankings and direct your complaints to Ashley_pickle12 on Twitter.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on texasfootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to texasfootball.com/subscribe.